Oh, ladies and gentlemen, have you ever wanted to stack a rat? Oh, I bet you have. I bet you've just been tingling in your toes to stack rat. Well, let me tell you what.
What are
With
you
our
doing?
new X200
I got one of those free
305.2
government
rat stacker
TVs.
for only
You have to get up and
1999,
engage with
you
the ads to
can
skip
stack
them.
rats.
Did
Now,
you consider
let's answer
just
some common
buying a
questions.
TV?
Number one, can you
Nah,
stack
man,
mice?
this is
The answer
better.
no. Fuck you.
Rat
This is the
video.
Rat Stacker. We stack rats.
Rat video.
Now, get this
Hang
now.
on, it takes a
Only
minute
$19.99
sometimes.
Canadian dollars.
Rat
but we
video.
don't accept any currency conversion, so you have
Rat
to go
video.
to the bank and convert to Canadian dollars.
Fucking
in order to buy
rat video.
The Rat Stacker. Here's a video of you.
Now, I'm not sure about you, but I think the free content bubble is getting out of hand. From the endless ad dumps you're starting to see on YouTube to the modern ad browsers that pay you some insulting amount of money to click on the latest gotcha slop. I know we've all heard of the phrase, if it's free, you're the product. But is that even true if you don't interact with advertising? I know for me, if I see your product in an ad and the advertisement is annoying, I will actively boycott the product. I still haven't used Grubhub or any other delivery service since that horrible commercial they released. Before I was neutral, but now my perception of the brand is completely negative. Is it really worth having a viral ad if it's just trash that annoys people? Personally, I don't think so. What's with this style of advertising? From ScienceDirect.com, annoying advertising doesn't affect people's perception of brands in most cases, because it increases people's awareness of the brand and can even push them to prefer it. When they tested it in this study, they used annoying pop-up windows to simulate the way we interact with ads. Now maybe it's just me being someone who's very engaged with the media I consume, but it's very disheartening to see that being shitty and obnoxious doesn't get the response it deserves. We should be holding our ads to the same standard we hold our entertainment. We should be disengaging with annoying ads because if they're gonna spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on a garbage ad, then I can only assume that they spent nothing on the product they made. Think about how much money they spent to advertise those crappy mobile games despite the fact that they were never what they said they were. But I suppose people engaging with this form of advertising incentivizes deceptive marketing, which emboldens them and others to do the same. So when does this style of advertising work? In general, I find all advertising annoying. It's distracting me from what I want to see. I've been very clear in the past about being willing to pay for services I value. I pay for YouTube Premium because it supports creators I want to watch. I definitely don't agree with everything YouTube does, but it's like a cable company. I don't really like the corporation, but I do enjoy the product they make. There are times when YouTube will advertise things to those who have premium accounts, such as new beta features, and for better or for worse, I'll give them a shot when it's relevant to my interests, or can benefit my work. Some have been genuinely useful, while others are just wild shots in the dark. The automatic in-video ad skipper has been useful. I know people will get mad that I skip through the sponsor sections of videos, but honestly, when it's the same thing someone's been advertising for years, I think I can reasonably say I'm never going to buy this product or service. Typically, I try to be conscious of what the product itself is and how it's relevant to me. Being focused on finding what the advertisement is about and how it's relevant to me goes a long way towards sifting through the filth. I encourage everyone to think that way, rather than just clicking off every ad or giving into each one. So where will we see things we're actually looking for without giving up our privacy? I found that searching through tags that interest you can be effective on some platforms like iFunny, Instagram, or NeoCities. Searching by tags is a good way to get away from the ad algorithms, but only if you pair it with an ad blocker. Many websites are trying to stop you from using these, but what other choice do you have? They cram as many ads into the site as possible to the point where the site becomes almost unusable. I had this experience recently when a friend of mine sent me his webcomic to read. It was genuinely frustrating how many pop-up ads there were on there. I got so annoyed that I literally gave him the comic viewer template I made for my website, just so he could host it on his own NeoCities. After helping him with that, it was a breeze to read through. But viewing art shouldn't be this much of a pain. These corporate zombies pooled together all three of their remaining brain cells to wonder why these people would ever use an ad blocker, then do everything in their power to make their websites unusable. Look at YouTube with their multiple ads on one video. It gets to the point where the ads can be longer than the video you're trying to watch. Why should we avoid ads? From Harvard Business Review, they say that most businesses spend roughly 4 to 8%, but there are still outliers that spend significantly more. If we're being serious, I can almost guarantee that the deceptive ads from these mobile games are costing them way more than the game does to develop, especially when they're paying thousands of dollars to YouTubers to promote them. What kind of quality can you expect when it seems like most of the revenue goes to the ads? Like I said before, we shouldn't be encouraging this behavior, as they'll spend more on this shallow form of advertising. We should avoid anything that requires this level of reinforcement to know about. Look at brands like Arizona Iced Tea. That's a product that's never changed and has never dipped in quality. If you're wondering why, it's because it's privately owned and doesn't need to achieve the infinite growth other companies require. I don't think I've ever seen an advertisement for Arizona outside of people painting their cars to look like the can. But I guess that's my point. If it requires heavy advertising or FOMO to sell itself, the product probably wasn't all that good to begin with.
Let's answer some common.
Thank you for calling Ascent Tech Support. What's the issue?
Answer is no. Fuck you.
What is this TV's problem? This thing won't stop playing ads! Rat video! Fucking rat video!
Have you considered buying a real TV?
Canadian dollars in order to buy the rat stacker.
You better get that pile of shit out of my house. Who the hell's paying for all of this trash? I mean, it's pretty obvious that we are all living in this nightmare from the soulless corporate suits who live off of dividends. Corporations have more money than brains, and they're willing to use what they have an abundance of. It's almost sickening to see the amounts of greed that these companies will get away with. If you don't think it also trickles down into their manipulative marketing, you might want to get your eyes checked. They're soulless, and they answer to people who are akin to monsters on Earth. The United Healthcare CEO, who was in the news a while back, was willing to create an automatic denial system to knowingly fuck over people who use their products. But you'll never see that on an ad for them. It's all just dumping money into marketing so the whole thing can disappear. How can we fight back against ads? Stop watching them. And get some ad blocks in place and buy from those who have good advertising practices. The more aware you are of the insidiousness of these corporate types, the better you'll be at avoiding them. Small contributions can add up. If an ad is annoying, you should make a note to not buy things from that company. You're doing yourself a favor by annexing advertising from your life. The more people that get on board, the stronger the message is. Maybe start forcing companies to sell their product on merit instead of brand loyalty or recognition. They're still run by people like us, and at the end of the day, they can be hurt through your actions. If you see garbage advertising that's obviously underhanded, ignore it and boycott the brand. Ads suck, and the more obnoxious they are, the less likely I am, and hopefully everyone else is, to want your product. We should all start adopting this mindset towards advertising. The more we go out of our way to vote with our wallets, we'll speak numbers to these corporate types. It's best to be aware of how deceptive they can be because they have teams of people to work to basically try to scam you or manipulate you into buying shit you don't need. In conclusion, fuck advertising. Eat a cinder block.
Yo, guys, check it out. I found this cool-ass rat TV in our trash can.
Get that shit out of here!